Hey everybody, oh I need to start my timer. Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here and welcome back to Let's Play, I almost said like Pokemon Stadium 2, Metroid Prime 2. In the last part, we ventured into Ether to try and respond to a rescue signal, because what else do we do in these games? We lost all of our shit, and now we've ended up here fighting these, these guys. Oh, this is the... Oh, I know what this is now. This is so cool that they do this, and it's kind of similar to what they do in, Oh, what's the other one they do this in? Is it Metroid Fusion or yeah, like Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission, or maybe even both. Actually, like Metroid Dread as well. They do this in like all of the Metroid games these days. Where like, well, I don't know if they're gonna do it in like this one, in this like battle specifically. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is actually. Yeah, I did, but with like the bad timing. He's like faking me out here. I should just be like pumping missiles into this zombie gun. He like tries to like lead you as well with the jumps, which is like unbelievable. But yeah, they what the hell was that? Oh, now he's like possessed. Yeah, the Dark Alpha Splinter. The where like the bosses will have like a the boss's attacks will be themed around like the item they give you, I guess. Is it just me, or is he after like getting easier since the being possessed him or something? Like he's not like hitting me as much. And you'll see that in this game as well, where like you'll have like bosses will end up giving you like items or weapons and things like that, and it'll be like what they used themselves in as their attack or whatever. But I don't know if this boss is a very good example of that, to be honest. Unknown item acquired? So what is it? The unknown item? Did I pick up power bombs in Metroid Dread or something? But yeah, it's funny. I only like realize because they don't do that in like Super Metroid or like the older Metroid games. They don't even really do it in Metroid 1. Wait a second, what is it that I just picked up? Am I supposed to not know what that is? The what is like this? Oh, they're hybernetic stasis chambers. Oh, now I know what that is. The they don't do that in like Metroid Other M either. That thing where like the where the bosses have like weapons or whatever, or where the weapon or item the boss is guarding is like what the boss uses as well. But they do that. I feel like this is the Metroid Prime 1. They don't do that either. I feel like this is like the first game where you really see that. Well, it can't be, right? Because they do it in Fusion, and Fusion came out like around the same time as Prime 1. I suppose like Fusion is the first one where you see that happening. The one I always think of is like that, that jumping like polyp looking thing or whatever. Oh, great.
Do not be afraid, I'm Ross, Sentinel of the Illuminati.
Please listen and hear your world's peril. God. Does he have to be in every game? I don't know why. That's the first voice I always think of now. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet Ether, exploding with a great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. Where once there was one Ether, there is now two, one of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. By the time Ether saw light, it was nothing but blinding. It was the end of peace on Ether, for a new race was born that day on the dark world, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. I need to see that they're like the Shadow Beasts in Twilight Princess, I guess, but I need to see like what is that game that I'm thinking of? The that Steam game. For decades we stood against them, and yet now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Ether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Yeah, this is pretty much like the Skeksis and the Mystics is pretty much what it is. Like, you have like two mirror worlds or whatever, two mirror people. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. It's a cool idea. Like that, like this, that this, like, planet is after being, like, shattered into, like, two different dimensions or whatever. And they're, like, vying for supremacy. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. With it, you can help us restore our world. You are our only hope, Samus. Bane is a nice guy in this game. Bane is a nice guy in this game. Maybe the Bane we all know is the Dark Ether Bane. Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victims. The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on the Dark Ether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the location of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. Oh, another day, another dollar in the life of Samus Aran, right? Oh, now we can open the Violet holograms. The Violet, you're turning Violet. Prepare for your journey. The Ing know you possess the energy transfer module. They'll try to recover it at all costs. That was actually, oh my god, there was something about like that sentence that felt like so... I need to like listen to that back in post because it like, I felt like my throat had the kind of like slight scratch that Tom Hardy Bane has. It sounded like really accurate for some reason, like accidentally accurate. I feel like I'm never gonna be able to replicate that voice as well as I did in that like one single solitary line. May the light of Ether shine upon you. Yes, case in point. Whatever it was about like doing that line, it just felt correct, you know. Just, I don't know what it was. Anyway, now we're able to use these violet scanning things or whatever. Well, because that's what they're called, you know. So we've received our mission. We don't need permission to dance. We've received our mission. Our second one. First it's like, oh, they lure you in with the promise of a safety transponder signal or an SOS or whatever. And then that's when they hook you with their... Then they try to sock it to you. What is that like line I'm trying to think of? Oh, Agon. The Stone of Agony. Something like hallelujah, then they try to sock it to you or something like that. I don't know where that came into my head. It's like something my dad says, like some song that like my dad quotes. I need to, like, look it up. I think it's like some, like, anti-televangelist song or something. Like, that is what it sounds like. I don't know. That would make sense. Anyway, we are going to Agon Wastes, and like you'll see, the atmosphere here is like, I don't know, as I say, like, my mind ends up, like, conflating Agon Wastes and the temple grounds into just one place all the time. But it has a different flavor. If anything, it's a little bit more deserty, where it's like feels more like a desert, but here is, you kind of see what I mean. It feels a little bit more like a desert, whereas the temple grounds is more like canyony or whatever, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, but look, here we go. It's like very, 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 very dangerous, to quote young Anakin Skywalker. Wait, no, is this where we've already been? Have we, like, been here already? Is this not the temple grounds? Maybe we've been in Agon Wastes the whole time. Maybe we were. Maybe that's why I get confused. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised. But, just die already. I should be using my charge beam. That's one thing I, like, never do enough in these games, is use the charge beam when I should. But what I need is like a missile drop to be able to open this thing up. You wouldn't give. I was hoping like they'd give me one there, since it's like right next to the missile door. Chance would be a fine thing. Maybe I was in Agon Wastes this whole time, and then I went to the temple grounds without even knowing it, and no wonder the two places, I always think they're just the same place. I want to be able to open this door. This goddamn door. There we go, thank you. Yes, an energy tank. Oh my god, now I'm really glad that I hung around. I haven't like done the ritual today. It is like lunchtime now. It was going to be like 11 o'clock when I started recording this game, but it's crashing this plane, recording this game with no survivors. It was going to be like lunchtime when I started, like no 11 o'clock when I started recording this game. Now it's like 20 to 1 because of like all this tomfoolery that was going on. Wait a second, where am I even going here? So this is to... So is there like another like violet thing that I can go into? What is in here? That's like the... Wait a second, where are we? Where even are we? We're in temple grounds. Great temple. Yeah, we are in the temple grounds. I don't want to go to the temple. That's where we came out. So let's try going through here again. So instead, but we can't go back through here because oh, but maybe we can break it with missiles. No, I think that's like Benzium is power bombs. I think. So where else can we go? That's like the elevator to the... And that's like the way to the... There's like another way up there. To the, if we go down to the left. The, Can we... No, that's like a dark beam thing. So yeah, we're not in Agon Wastes yet. I was right. No, I was like, this can't be Agon Wastes. This is still the temple grounds. And he's so confused. But trust me, you will see what I mean when you see how similar they look. It's like, oh my god. I'm like making such a dog's dinner of this Let's Play so far, but I kind of love it. It's like, this is how bacon is supposed to be. But, I don't know, I've been like, living this Garfield life this morning. I got, like, my mom dropped over, like, leftover lasagna, right? What a start to a story. My mom dropped over leftover lasagna, and I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna have it for breakfast. I had lasagna for breakfast, like Garfield 2, A Tale of Two Kitties, and watched The Golden Girls on Disney Plus. It's like, what a charmed lifestyle, I swear. It really is a semi-charmed kind of life. Seriously. Now I'm Let's Playing. Wait a second, what did I just open up here? Oh, a missile expansion. Oh my god, it feels so right to be Let's Playing this game, finally. Like, as I said, like, I've been like, considering Let's Playing this game, I feel like, for years now. In literal years. But there's just always been, like, something else. Like, there's always been some other game that I ended up playing instead. I feel like I almost played it last autumn, but then I started Legends Arceus instead. But yeah. Do you know what I like about this game as well is it's the kind of game, especially for me if I'm going to be playing, like, recording in the morning before work. This is totally the kind of game that you could just, like play for 20 minutes, record one video, and then, like, set it and forget it, you know? This is Agon Wastes. See, I told you it looked similar. It just has, like, a little bit more of, like, a Dune sort of, like, Mad Max kind of vibe. Look, see? Similar but different. I told you. But you didn't want to believe me. I love Agon Wastes. I suppose you have, like, the storm atmosphere, which is really cool. The fact that you have, like, these, like, big thunderheads, like, this constant, like, storm atmosphere, yet you're in this kind of, like, desolate desert environment. There's something kind of cool about that. But yeah, welcome to Agon Wastes, everybody. Oh my god, you're like a push me, pull you. Sandworms, you hate them, right? I hate them myself. So yeah, that's what I was doing this morning, this is where I came in. So don't go back in there. That's what I was doing this morning, eating lasagna and watching the Golden Girls. I don't know what it is about the Golden Girls, like, that makes it so good. It's so, like, hard to describe, like, how good it is. There's something about, like, it's just like that, an example of that really good sitcom where, like, all of the acting is good in it, all of the jokes hit, you know, and the chemistry is really good, but, like, the scripting is, like, really sensitive at the same time. I feel like every single episode has just as many, like, heartwarming moments as it has, like, funny ones, you know? Which I think is, like, really... There's something, like, really special about that. Also, like, look how cool this room is. Like, they had no right to make a save room that was this cool. Like, that's what it is at the end of the day, it's just a save room, but, like, it's so, like, architecturally interesting. I know there's, like, something in here, but I can't remember, like, what it is you have to do for it. But they do this. That's something they don't really do in, I wonder there's, like, a whole other room in here. That's something they don't really do in, Locked and in place. Bomb slot device. Ah, okay, well, look, we're not going to be able to do that yet. That's something they don't do in Metroid Prime 1, is, like, put stuff in the save rooms. But, like, this is a save room, and look how beautiful it is. You have, like, these kind of, like, hologram-style trees and plants and things, and this kind of cool, like, sand flow river, all of these underground ups and downs. It's just, like, it's beautiful. Like, and I'm not even, like, a big fan of desert areas in games normally, but, like, this game probably has the desert area that I love the most. It's just so good. And it's because of like how atmospheric it is. Jesus, he like came at me like Bowser coming at me with his pants down. But it's just so good. There's something like so atmospheric about it. It's like hard to describe. Again, like you constantly have this kind of flash, like these lightning flashes these lightning flashes going off in the background that just, even though like they're hard, like there it goes again. Like even though they're hardly noticeable, they just like if they weren't there, you'd kind of miss them, you know, like, or not that you would miss them, because I don't think you would really, but it's more so that like they add so much, even though they're just such a little thing. Just that little addition of these little lightning flashes every now and then adds so much to the feel of the place. And as I say, I think that's like the atmosphere in a game, the whole ends up being like more than the sum of its parts, you know. That's how it ends up, like, that's how it ends up working, you know. And this game is like a perfect example of that. It's just like the way that the atmosphere, like that the worlds work, is just like, I don't know, they're just beautifully designed, and like so like you can tell like they were like the creating the world of this game was just like an absolute labor of love. There's no other way to describe it. What is like over here? I guess we have to like double jump over there. Probably like something, I just can't like do anything with it yet, probably. Or maybe that's a shortcut to get up here from down there, most likely, with the space jump. But, so yeah, I don't know, like, I'm just really glad to be Let's Playing this, and I think it's, like, a good partner game to Legends Arceus. Because, like, Legends Arceus, try as I might, there's, like, something, like, really hectic about that game. It's like, there's always something to do, there's always someone to talk to, there's always something happening. Under, there's, like, these dark space pirates. Oh, they'll just, like, missile. Oh my god, his body flew, like, halfway across the world. Around the world, around the world, around the world. Okay, where's the other thing? There's like one power, does one like charge shot take them out? I'm playing on normal mode, by the way, on not veteran mode. I don't know whether like I need to mention that. I think it's pretty obvious from that I'm playing on normal mode. Oh, you're like the guy that like you can only hit with a missile first, and I think them it's like you're better off just like leaving them alone. But the like Legends Arceus, like I think I like imagined that game would be like more wait a second, is that like the door that I just came into? No, that's like another door. Should I not like try that one out first? It's like hidden there behind the foliage or something. Ooh, interesting. What the hell? What am I supposed to do here? The, ah, there we go. The, and I see you back there, you sneaky little missile expansion. You little minx, you. Like, I think I, like, when I was thinking of, like, doing Legends Arceus, I thought it would be that game that would let me kind of, like, have lots of downtime where I'd be able to just, like, talk about crap and shoot debris. And then, like, very quickly I realized that wasn't the case, because that game is kind of hectic, you know? There's, like, always stuff going on the screen. There's always, like, Pokemon jumping around the place. Oh yeah, I need the bombs to do that. I wonder what the next thing we're picking up is. So, like, I'm kind of glad to like, like, don't get me wrong, I'm loving playing Legends Arceus. I'm really having like a killer time doing it, but it's just like it's a lot more involved than what I anticipated it would be. And I feel like I always want to have that Let's Play where I can just like get lost and shoot debris and it like not feel hectic, where it can feel like I take things at my own pace or whatever. Yeah, no, I don't think we can do anything here yet. Soon though, viewers, soon. Next time, Gadget, next time. Can you like get out of my face, whatever notification you are, so I can see my stopwatch, please? Amanda, please. Get used to seeing these dead Luminoth everywhere, by the way. They're just hanging around, having a wonderful afterlife. So yeah, I think like this was a really good decision. I think that's what I was thinking about with like Okami as well. I was like, oh, that'll be like a really good game for me. Get out of here. That'll be like a really good game for me to just like take some time, you know. Okay, where's the Mecha Hivey Ho here? I thought that's a Dr. Char. I was like, Dr. what? The child hero of Agon. Oh my god. What an impressive guy. What a magnificent castle. St. Castle. That's a blast from the past. Me saying, what a magnificent castle, and then Hedonia 37 turning it into a song that was like, what a magnificent castle. St. Castle. St. Castle. What a magnificent castle. I suppose, like, I made my fair share of crazy songs as well. Like, excuse me? Like, I did not have sexual relations with that fishing rod. I did not have sexual relations with that Nidorino. Hedonia Stardust Clinton on the big bridge. What a number. What a tune. Whoa, just... Oh my god, how many of you guys are there? There's like 5 of them. I wasn't expecting that. Because I didn't ask for that. That line, oh my god, get out of my head and into my car. Okay, it looks like something big is about to go down in here. I think it is, actually. Yes, the Agon Temple. Something big is about to go down here. So what I'll do is I'll say thank you very much for watching this part of Let's Play, almost said like Super Metroid, and I will see you next time when we go in here and do whatever we need to do. So bye now.